Emma Watson, the globally recognized actress and activist, has recently found herself in the headlines for something other than her film roles or humanitarian work. Beloved for her iconic portrayal of Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series, a role that catapulted her to international stardom at a young age, Watson has always been seen as a role model for many. Her intelligence, wit, and strong moral compass, both on and off screen, have endeared her to fans worldwide. However, recent news indicates that she has been banned from driving in the UK for 6 months, a situation that has surprised many and sparked considerable discussion. The ban follows a court decision, a ruling that underscores the impartiality of the legal system regardless of fame or fortune. This decision came about after she was caught speeding, an infraction that, while seemingly minor, carries significant consequences under UK law. This incident is highlighting that road laws apply to everyone, celebrity or not, and that no one is above the law when it comes to ensuring public safety on the roads. Watson's disqualification comes under the totting up procedure, a system designed to penalise repeat offenders and encourage safer driving habits. This procedure is triggered when a driver accumulates 12 or more penalty points within 3 years, a threshold designed to identify and address drivers who consistently disregard traffic regulations. Her latest speeding offence pushed her over that threshold, adding to previous infractions and triggering the automatic ban. This accumulation of points resulted in an automatic ban, a standard consequence under UK law for drivers who repeatedly violate traffic laws. This incident contrasts sharply with her public image, particularly given her outspoken advocacy for various social and environmental causes. She is widely recognised as a thoughtful advocate for social causes, using her platform to raise awareness and promote positive change on a global scale. The ban is mandatory in these circumstances, reflecting the seriousness with which the UK legal system treats repeated traffic offences. There is no room for exceptions unless exceptional hardship is proven, demonstrating that the ban would cause significant and unavoidable difficulties, which was not the case here. For Watson, this means 6 months without a licence, a period during which she will need to find alternative means of transportation. This is a practical inconvenience and a public lesson in accountability, highlighting the importance of responsible behaviour for everyone, regardless of their status. It's a reminder that repeated minor offences can add up to serious consequences, emphasising the cumulative nature of penalty points and their potential impact on driving privileges. Ultimately, this situation underscores that the law applies to all, no matter who you are, reinforcing the principle of equality before the law. The incident that ultimately led to Emma Watson's driving ban wasn't a dramatic high-speed chase or a reckless act of endangerment. It was, in fact, a seemingly minor infraction, a moment of inattention that snowballed into significant consequences. This serves as a stark reminder that even small errors in judgment can have a major impact, especially when it comes to adhering to traffic laws. The event unfolded on the A3 in Wandsworth, London, a bustling thoroughfare known for its heavy traffic and constant flow of vehicles. This particular stretch of road, like many urban areas, has a clearly posted speed limit designed to ensure the safety of pedestrians and drivers alike. On that day, Watson was caught driving 39 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone. While it might seem like a negligible difference, exceeding the limit by even a small margin can significantly increase the risk of accidents and injuries. The law is clear. Speed limits are in place for a reason, and exceeding them, regardless of how slightly, is a violation. Unbeknownst to her at the time, her speed was being monitored by a speed camera, a silent enforcer of traffic regulations. These cameras are strategically placed throughout the city to deter speeding and capture evidence of violations. This seemingly minor offence added the final penalty points to her driving licence, pushing her over the threshold and triggering an automatic driving ban. In the UK, an accumulation of 12 or more penalty points within a 3-year period results in disqualification from driving. As a consequence, the court imposed a fine of £800, a financial penalty designed to deter future violations and underscore the seriousness of the offence. In addition to the fine, she was also required to pay a £320 victim surcharge, a contribution to support victims of crime, and £90 in court costs, covering the administrative expenses associated with the legal proceedings. When all was said and done, the total financial burden amounted to £1,210. While this sum may not represent a significant financial hardship for a Hollywood star of Watson's stature, the principle remains the same. No one is above the law, and everyone is accountable for their actions on the road. The severity of the penalty reflects the potential consequences of even seemingly minor traffic violations. Speeding, even at a relatively low speed, can have devastating results, leading to accidents, injuries, and even fatalities. Automated enforcement measures such as speed cameras serve as a crucial deterrent, reminding drivers to adhere to speed limits and prioritize safety. They play a vital role in upholding road safety standards and creating a safer environment for all road users, from drivers and cyclists to pedestrians. For Emma Watson, this momentary lapse in judgment resulted in a lengthy driving ban, a significant inconvenience and a public reminder of the importance of responsible driving. It all stemmed from exceeding the speed limit on a busy city road, a seemingly small act with far-reaching consequences. The process is largely administrative, a system of points and fines, until a critical point is reached, triggering more serious repercussions like a driving ban, highlighting the cumulative effect of traffic violations. Watson's 6-month ban wasn't simply the result of a single, isolated mistake. It wasn't a momentary lapse in judgment or an accidental misreading of the speed limit. It was the culmination of a series of offences, a pattern of behaviour that ultimately led to her disqualification. Each infraction, seemingly minor on its own, contributed to the final outcome. These offences weren't confined to a single month or even a year, but rather spread out over several years, demonstrating a consistent disregard for traffic laws. This extended period of violations painted a clear picture for the court. Before the latest incident that pushed her over the edge, she already had a significant number of points, 9 to be exact, accumulated on her driving licence. This put her perilously close to the disqualification threshold. These existing points stemmed from 2 previous speeding offences, both occurring in 2023, indicating a recent and ongoing problem. The January offence, the one that ultimately triggered the ban, added the final points needed, bringing her total to the critical number of 12. This immediately triggered the automatic driving ban, a consequence stipulated by law for accumulating 12 or more penalty points. The UK's totting up system, the legal framework behind this ban, is specifically designed to penalise repeat offenders, those who consistently disregard traffic regulations. It's not intended to punish first-time offenders who make a single isolated mistake, but rather to address persistent violations. Each offence, each speeding ticket, moved her incrementally closer to that crucial threshold of 12 points, leaving her with increasingly little margin for error and ultimately leading to her disqualification. The court, in reaching its decision, didn't just focus on the final speeding incident, but carefully considered her entire driving record, taking into account the pattern of behaviour and the accumulation of points over time, not just the most recent incident in isolation. The system, in its design, provides drivers with several chances to correct their behaviour, offering opportunities to improve their driving habits and avoid further penalties. However, persistent infractions, a continued disregard for the rules of the road, inevitably lead to serious consequences, as demonstrated by Watson's case. Watson's case serves as a textbook example, a clear illustration of how the totting up system operates in practice. The final 3 points, added to her existing tally, simply completed a pattern of repeated speeding offences, a pattern that could no longer be ignored. This pattern of behaviour, culminating in 12 points, resulted in the mandatory driving ban, a penalty enforced by the court to ensure road safety and deter future offences. When the case was heard at Lavender Hill Magistrates' Court, Watson was not present. Her lawyer entered a guilty plea on her behalf. This is common for summary motoring offences. Her legal team confirmed she could pay the fine, allowing the court to proceed swiftly. By pleading guilty, the process was streamlined with no need for a trial. No argument for exceptional hardship was made, so the ban was mandatory. The hearing was procedural, not dramatic, a straightforward application of the law. The outcome was inevitable, given her driving record and the points accumulated. Watson's driving ban comes as she's already stepped away from Hollywood, focusing on academic and personal pursuits. She's currently studying for a master's in creative writing at Oxford, embracing a quieter, more private life in the UK. This shift reflects her long-standing passion for learning and desire for normalcy. Her last major film was in 2019. Since then, she's focused on advocacy, business ventures, and personal growth. The ban is an unwelcome disruption, but fits into her narrative of seeking a grounded, less public existence. Living outside London, the inability to drive is inconvenient but manageable. For Watson, this legal issue is just another real-world challenge alongside her studies and projects. Watson has spoken candidly about her decision to pause her acting career, describing the pressure as making her feel caged. She found it difficult to promote projects she had little creative control over, leading to frustration and unhappiness. Her words reveal a desire for authenticity and more meaningful involvement in her work. Stepping away wasn't about losing passion for acting, but about seeking fulfillment and alignment with her values. Watson's break is a courageous move to prioritize well-being over industry expectations. She's searching for projects where she can have a genuine voice and creative input. This hiatus is about finding a more authentic way to be creative. Her self-awareness and honesty offer insight into the challenges of fame. Watson's driving ban became headline news, illustrating the intense scrutiny celebrities face. For most, a driving ban is private. For stars, every detail is public. This magnifies mistakes and pressures celebrities to be role models, even for minor errors. The line between public interest and personal privacy is blurred for the famous. Watson's experience shows how fame makes escaping the public gaze nearly impossible. Her efforts to lead a normal life are constantly challenged by media attention. Despite fame, Watson's case underscores that everyone is accountable for their actions. The law applies equally, and her ban reinforces that no one is above it. By pleading guilty and accepting the penalty, she demonstrated responsibility and respect for the legal process. The incident is a teaching moment about the dangers of repeated speeding. The totting up system exists to prevent unsafe driving habits from escalating. Watson's ban is both a punishment and a chance for reflection. It's a reminder that accountability is universal regardless of status. In summary, Watson faces a 6-month driving ban and a £1,210 fine after accumulating 12 penalty points. The final offence was speeding in London, added to previous incidents. She accepted the penalty without contest during a period focused on academic and personal growth. The ban is a real-world complication in her new, more private life. This story highlights both the scrutiny celebrities face and the equal application of the law. For Watson, the next 6 months will be a time of reflection and adaptation. Even the most admired figures are human and must face the consequences of their actions.